Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, February 11th, and I'm your host, Kristen McDonald. It is great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. School start time changes are coming in September. During the public forum at the school committee meeting on Wednesday evening, Chair Teresa Stewart read letters submitted by community members. The chair read excerpts from each letter, and the discussion ultimately displayed a community divided by this decision. In their correspondence to the board, residents shared reasons to support or criticize the upcoming changes. Reasons to support the change include utilizing the research conducted by the appointed task force and following suit with districts who have seen success with similar adjustments.
Okay, so the next email came in today, February 9th at 10:33 in the morning, also titled School Start Times, and this one is from Ben Moser. And Ben writes to us, Dear School Committee, I wanted to let you know you have my full support in going forward with the school start time changes next school year. I know your job, above all others, is to take care of our kids' education. In the well-researched and well-considered lead up to the initial decision, it was made clear what would be best for the middle schoolers' education is this new schedule. It was made clear that the way our elementary school students learned wouldn't be negatively affected and could even also be improved on the new schedule. You gave Norwood's parents an extra year to prepare for the change. That's one more year of our middle schoolers' education happening on a schedule that isn't best set up for their academic success. Another delay, as I've seen some have been asking for, would cost another year. The new schedule is best for our students' learning, and we've been given a year to prepare. It's time to make it official. Thank you, Ben Moser.
Those in opposition of the school start time changes cite reasons such as budget changes, schedule disruption, extended day coverage, and mental health concerns for students and their parents.
So this one came in February 8th at 11:34 in the morning, and it is from Colleen Randall. And she writes to us under school start time change. Dear school committee members, I have created a petition for those of us concerned with next year's school start time changes. We are asking that you and the school start time task force reconvene and reconsider the school start time changes. The decision was made before COVID, and we, the students, teachers, and parents, are still feeling the lasting effects of the past few years. We also hope to get more parents and teachers involved to help make this change work so that it benefits the middle school and high school without an impact to elementary students. I think there is a large population that is not represented in the surveys sent out to parents, and though we were asked how we would be impacted, we were never asked if we were in favor of this change. Another major concern is the budget. Was the bus company involved in this decision, and have they verified that bus costs will stay the same? Have you decided if there will be late buses for the middle school, since that will surely increase the bus cost? Has there been any student studies done to see if we have the staff and resources to facilitate a larger extended day at the elementary schools and adding an extended day at the middle school? Please see the petition below and please consider postponing the start time changes. She provides us with the link. Currently, there are 467 signatures. And then the language of the petition, which I will start to read until you tell me, Dr. Thompson, I've reached 3 minutes, is this petition is to ask that the Norwood School Committee and the School Start Time Task Force reconvene and reconsider the school start time changes for next year.
During public forum, Chair Stewart shared that a petition was emailed to the school committee that reflected 467 signatures in opposition of the upcoming changes. The petition is still active and can be found online for those interested. The public forum closed, and NPS administrative leaders gave a thorough presentation on the model for September. Here is a breakdown of the new school start times for the 2022-2023 school year. At the Willock Kindergarten, school starts at 8:10 and ends at 1:40. There are no changes happening to the schedule at the Little Mustangs Preschool Academy. For elementary school students, the day begins at 7:50 and ends at 2:05. At the high school, start time has changed to 8:15 and the day will end at 2:50. At the Coakley Middle School, classes begin at 8:45 and end at 3:20. Ultimately, the committee voted to stand by its prior decision and will continue with the new model in September. For those looking to share concerns with the committee, you may email npsschoolcommittee@norwood.k12.ma.us or call the superintendent's office at 781-762-6804. Friday morning, town officials and family members of the late Bernie Cooper were on hand for a special dedication to the former assistant town manager. One of the many bells in the Carolyn town will be known as the Cooper Bell or Bernie Bell.
It's a bell that was inscribed with his name, Bernard S. Cooper, and it is in place now. It came back to us from the Bell Foundry just a couple days ago. Bernie was very instrumental in supporting the Carolyn program here and advancing it to what it is now. In the few years before Bernie passed away, he and I worked very diligently on the community preservation grant. After this work is completed, we will most likely have a inaugural or re-inaugural recital between now and the formal recital series, which begins on July 4th, where the instrument will be open for the public to come up and view. It dawned on me that we really needed to honor Bernie, who had just passed, by some way, and the best way to do that is to name a bell after somebody, because it'll always be the Bernard Cooper Bell. It's a tribute that I'm sure he would respectfully receive, and it's very simple. It's nothing ornate, so I think it really fits Bernie's characters in a lot of ways. Do this.
Stay tuned after this break to learn more about some meaningful fundraisers happening in Norwood.
Stop by the Norwood Morrill Memorial Library and check out magazines, newspapers, DVDs, and of course, books. The library also offers a variety of services, including passport renewal, a notary, and tutoring, with multiple different meeting rooms which can be booked for your convenience. Take advantage of online digital resources and get assistance with all of your research needs. Kids can enjoy the children's room stocked with books and toys. There are also a variety of programs for children and adults. And if you can't make it into the library can come to you with home delivery. The library is open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To learn more, go to www.norwoodlibrary.org.
Welcome back. Members of the community have raised over $30,000 for a friend battling cancer. Megan Corbett reports.
If somebody in our community goes down, our job is to raise them up and to lift them up.
Andrea Lavery is a class of 2001 Norwood High School graduate. The hardworking nurse is a mother of two and enjoys living in her hometown, Norwood. With the support of her family and friends, she is currently battling stage 4 lung cancer.
So we had a fundraiser that we had on Sunday on the 30th of January for one of our members, Andrea Lavery. She was just diagnosed with cancer, and we had a fundraiser of incorporating our Burn Boot camps into it, which is our 45-minute workout. We have a large member base, and not everybody knew who they don't know who she is.
I don't know what it is about Norwood, but it's just a really special place. Like, it's what keeps me here. No matter who it is in Norwood, whether you know them or you don't, I feel like this community, hands down, always drops everything to do anything they can for anybody here.
People are helping however they can. Catherine Staffier went to high school with Andrea and teaches spin at Lifetime Fitness. She decided to host a fundraiser for Andrea.
Yeah, so on Sunday, February 27th, we're going to do a fundraiser. So with 2 spin classes, one at 12, one at 1. All proceeds going to Andrea. So it's all in good fun. If you can spin, you can spin. If not, doesn't matter. It's all for a good reason. And
these fitness classes have already brought in $20,000. Across town, Sky Spa owner Swan Thang is coordinating raffle baskets with other local businesses.
How much I appreciate Norwood community and Sky Spa Nation. Yes, all of you. How everyone is so supportive in our fundraiser for Andrea. Even though a lot of you don't even know her. And that's what makes the community strong, and I'm so proud to be part of it.
When you hear your friend in trouble, the first thing come up to our mind is how we can help them and help the family. We would like to know everyone to know that we have the strong community and Andrea is not alone. We want to get as much help as we can, and we try to come up with idea with the raffle so we can get a lot of people to involve, to pamper with a purpose, and they can help. And for us to return to the community, we can help with the restaurants business as well.
There's something special about Norwood. When tragedy strikes, people don't ask too many questions. Instead, they ask how can they help.
Oh my goodness, the Norwood community is so different, and having not grown up here, I grew up in Massachusetts, so still a small town, but it just is like, because so many people are from here, stay here, it's like they know each other. Like, I know her from this or that, and I just want to help. The outpouring of love and support and the pride that people take from being from Norwood and helping their own.
Working with other local businesses and generous donors, Swan raised over $10,000, selling raffle tickets for Andrea. These raffles included gift cards to local restaurants, Patriots memorabilia, spa goods, and much more.
For us, the most powerful thing I have is my business, and I wanted to use that to help her. Yes, I would like to let Andrea and her family know that she is not alone. I believe in miracle.
There are still spots open in the 1 p.m. spin class at Lifetime Fitness. Please email Catherine Staffier at catherine.staffier@gmail.com to sign up. The Commission on Disability is looking for important town feedback from residents. A new survey launched this week on the town website. The detailed survey looks at areas of recreation services, public buildings, public transit, the school system, the senior center, and more. All Norwood residents are encouraged to complete the survey. The survey closes on February 28th at 11:59 p.m. Just a reminder to residents, the town clerk's office has announced that there are 33 vacancies in each town meeting district. If you are interested in putting your name on the ballot for the first time, please file nomination papers with the town clerk. These nomination papers must be signed by at least 10 people. Any incumbent town meeting members seeking re-election should file the intent to seek re-election paperwork with the town clerk. All paperwork is due by 5 p.m. on Monday, February 14th. For additional questions, please contact the town clerk, Mary Lou Folan, at 781-762-1240, extension 6026 or 6027. Now we'll toss it over to Livy Bedard with the latest in school news.
Hi guys, I'm Livy Bedard, and let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. In Norwood High School news, congratulations to the January Students of the Month, Betty Bagg and Ryan Fitzsimmons. Great job. February is Black History Month, and the Norwood School Department is using this time to highlight and celebrate Black achievements. At the Coakley Middle School, the Rhode Island Black storytellers returned, and Rochelle Coleman regaled their sixth graders with fantastic tales, some fiction and some true, from around the world. He was truly a hypnotic speaker and was enjoyed by their grade 6 students. His performance was an excellent way to launch into Black History Month. The third grade students at the Callahan School started book clubs this month. Pictured is Mrs. Miranda's class. Each group is reading a different book. The books are The Littles, The Great Cake Mystery, and Akimbo and the Lions. Student discussions were enthusiastic and energetic with predictions. Essential questions were given to each group prior to the start of the sessions. Also, at the Callahan, the recent snowstorm turned recess into a winter wonderland. Let's take a look. Looks like recess was the place to be on Garfield Street. Over on Nichols Street, the 4th and 5th grade students at the Cleveland School just selected Megan E. Freeman's book, Alone, for the Cleveland School's 2022 Readers Award. Students who voted had to read at least 4 out of 11 titles. A special shout out to the 4th grade, which had over an 80% participation rate. The Oldham School is celebrating the 100th day of school on Tuesday, February 15th. To mark this milestone, they have been collecting cans for the Norwood Food Pantry. The hope is that each grade level can collect 100 cans. They are well on their way in achieving their goal. Yay for the students at the Oldham. Norwood Olympics 2022 at Little Mustangs Preschool Academy. The Little Mustangs learned about the Olympics this week. There were some amazing runners taking part in the torch relay, and they did a great job passing the torch to each other. The preschoolers made the Olympic rings by painting circle shapes, and another class glued on Fruit Loops for the 5 colors to make the Olympic rings. The colors represent the 5 continents. They tried ice hockey and curling in their classrooms. Luckily, no one slipped. Next up was bobsledding through the hallways of LMPA. They went so fast. They also learned about working as a team and good sportsmanship, something we know makes a good Olympian and a friend. Well, that's it for school news. There is something interesting happening in our classrooms and schools every day, and thanks to all the educators who share their news with us. Now it's time to send it over to Mike Maloof with the latest in sports.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update. As the winter season is nearing an end, some of the sports competed in their league championships. Saturday, the boys and girls of the track team took part in the TVL meet.
As a team, the boys finished 4th and the girls finished 9th. There were also some great individual performances. Dylan O'Brien finished 2nd in the 1,000. Jacob Zhang finished 3rd in the 55. Isaiah Groupie finished 3rd in the 300 and 4th in the 55. Jack Sullo finished 5th in the high jump, and Elias West finished 5th in the long jump. And finally, Tina Fontaine finished 4th in the 55. Also this weekend, the swim and dive team had their TVL showcase. There were some solid performances by the boys and girls, led by David DiMattia finishing 8th in the 200 free and in the 500 free. The boys' 200 free relay team finished 7th. For the girls, Maddie O'Keefe led the way with a 6th place finish in the 200 free and 5th in the 100 back, and Lizzie Cardini finished 7th in diving. Wrestling ended their season with a quad meet against Whitman Hanson, Weymouth, and Bristol Plymouth. The Mustangs had some close matches but came away with 3 wins on the day. The scores were 42-33 over Whitman Hanson, 46-12 over Weymouth, and 40-39 over Bristol Plymouth. Tune in next week for the results of this weekend's D3 Central Sectionals. Gymnastics held their second to last meet of the season against Norton. As was the case for most of the season, the girls scored very well but fell short to a formidable opponent. They lost by a score of 40-32.6, and they will finish the season against Medway this weekend. The last time those two teams met, Norwood lost by less than 2 points. Good luck, girls. Boys basketball had a busy week due to a number of postponements earlier in the season. Sunday, they traveled to Hopkinton and came away with a 66-55 win. Tuesday, their defense was on display, holding the Ashland Clockers to only 30 points, winning 53-30. The very next day, Division I Lincoln Sudbury was in the gym, and it was a close one. The undersized Mustangs took the game into overtime, eventually losing 69-63. Girls basketball continued to show their dominance over their opponents with 2 more wins this week. First, a 66-37 win over Holliston, and then a 72-33 win on the road against Ashland. Both games were full team wins with contributions by everyone. Girls hockey had their unbeaten streak come to an end this week with a 3-0 loss to Medfield. They were back at it on Wednesday and hit the road to take on Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Freshman Bernadette Tenor got the start in net and came away with a 6-2 win. Boys hockey had 3 more wins this week. First was a 6-2 win over Hopkinton, and then a 6-1 win over Holliston. The game of the week was definitely Wednesday night's matchup against Ashland. The boys fell behind early 3-0 and then came back late in the third period to score 3 goals and force overtime. In overtime, the Mustangs, well, let's just take a listen to the call.
Dittmeyer comes away with it, sends it back out to Ledger. Snapshot on it, and they score! Norwood wins! Oh, completing what was an absolutely epic comeback. Norwood comes roaring back from a 3-0 deficit in the third period to win here in overtime.
Wow! Who else but number 4, Kyle Ledger? So happy for him, right?
Absolutely.
One of the defensive Ironmen out there for the Mustangs. Senior, just so happy for him. You know,
We were able to catch up with senior captain George Tolman after the game.
Heck of a game tonight.
Yep.
What was Coach Allen saying to you guys after you went down 3-0 there?
I mean, we were down 3-0, but we knew that we had control of the game, and we just had to keep pressuring because the goals were going to come. I mean, we were in their zone the entire time, plenty of shots on net, great opportunities, and sure enough, the pucks found the back of the net by the end of the third period.
Yeah, actually, I think Dr. Crowley and I said the same thing, that it really felt like you guys were in control through the whole game, just some unfortunate bounces there. What was, and just asking on the, when Jack Curran replaced TJ Martin on that line, was TJ hurt, or was that just an effort from Allen to maybe kind of change things up a little bit?
I think he just wanted to spark something new. I mean, TJ's a great player, and so is Jack. Our whole team's interchangeable. I mean, we have 4 solid lines, so I think he just wanted to try and spark something, and it paid off by the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to you, George, on a great night. I mean, you beat a formidable goalie tonight in Jack Rossi, so kudos to you. I also wanted to give a shout out to this team is very fortunate because it has excellent senior leadership in you and Miles, and your 2 fantastic assistants that you have in Brian Mateo and Kyle. So kudos to you, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You played a great game tonight, George.
Thank you.
Well, that's all for the scores this week. Thursday, the MIAA released the latest power rankings, and let's see where some of our teams sit. With their first loss of the year, the girls hockey team dropped 6 spots from number 4 to number 10. Boys hockey stays put, sitting at number 7. Boys basketball is up 1 slot, moving up from number 7 to number 6. And girls basketball remains the top dog of D2, sitting at number 1. Well, that's all for sports this week. Make sure to watch the bulletin board channel or follow us on social for broadcast times. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. At the February 7th Sustainability Commission meeting, the Commission discussed 2 candidates that are seeking membership. The group also discussed its community partnership program with HomeWorks Energy. Under old business, the Sustainability Commission discussed Earth Day activities, including an event with the Rec Department on April 22nd and an event with Progress Norwood on April 24th. The Sustainability Commission's next meeting will be April 11th. The Library Board of Trustees met in the Simone Room Tuesday evening. Liz Reed provided an update on technology services available to residents. Library Director Clayton Cheever explained why you may see library staff wearing pajamas this month.
The announcement that we are doing the Bruins PJ Drive again this year. If people come to the library on a Friday in February, they may see people wearing, staff especially, wearing pajamas because we're encouraging people to contribute to the PJ Drive. This year, we're participating virtually and encouraging people to make online donations to the PJ Drive. There's multiple reasons for that, but we have easy links for people to follow to contribute to that statewide effort.
To get involved with the PJ Drive, visit the library's website or Facebook page to learn more. Members of the board discuss recommendations for titles and genres. The board meets next in March. On Wednesday night, the Community Preservation Committee met to review another group of CPA project applications. There were 6 presentations in total. The projects and applicants were as follows: Shattuck Park Improvement Study applicant, Gordon Smith and Tom Cummings; Affordable Housing Deed Restrictions applicant, Community Planning; Regional Housing Services Organization applicant, Community Planning; 1972 Town Hall Rendering Restoration and Preservation applicant, Town Manager; Historic Annual Town Reports Restoration and Preservation applicant, Town Manager; and Playground at Norwood Memorial Airport applicant, Rec Department. To end the meeting, the committee covered other business. Their next meeting will be February 16th. Following the school's start time discussion on Wednesday evening, the school committee moved into regular business. Superintendent Thompson provided updates regarding enrollment and professional development. The group approved policy audit item I that mandates recess for all students in kindergarten through 5th grade. Before adjournment, the group accepted a one-time scholarship donation from Beta Incorporated. The board meets next on Wednesday. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break for an update on Norwood Hospital.
I'm a dad and a pastor.
I'm a mom and a principal.
I am a daughter,
wife, and machu.
Great-grandfather.
I'm a rock climber.
My husband, a father, and a grandfather.
I'm a mother, a daughter, a wife, and a cousin.
I got vaccinated for my parents.
Because I want to be a good neighbor.
For safety and for the people I love.
For my family, for my community, and for our community at large.
કારણ કે મારી ઈચ્છા હતી કે મારા બાળક બીજા બાળક સાથે રમી શકે.
I got vaccinated so I didn't have to wear a mask.
For my family and for my community, your community.
We all come from different backgrounds
and speak different languages.
But we all agree on one thing.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Getting vaccinated.
get vaccinated.
Vaccination card.
To protect yourself and others, get vaccinated. To find out more information and to find a clinic, go to mass.gov/COVID vaccine.
Welcome back. President of Norwood Hospital, Sal Perla, sat down with town manager Tony Mizuko for a roundtable conversation about the rebuilding timeline. Let's take a look.
Additionally, so at this time, we're going to be working on securing the campus. So that navy blue, purplish area, that actually is going to be fencing, or they call it scrim. I'm not sure the terminology, but that will keep the campus enclosed. There'll be gates for deliveries and arrivals and removals and et cetera. That gate is scheduled to arrive sometime mid-March. Delays, of course, with everything. Sure. But the gate will be branded with Suffolk. It'll be branded with the hospital. Updates and images, and what people can look forward to. But mostly, it really is to secure the campus to make sure no one is in there while we're doing any work.
Excellent.
So the green area is the emergency department, which I know everyone is super anxious to have reopen. Absolutely. More than most. But so for us, it's going to be about 30% larger, 35%. 42 treatment rooms. Of those, all of them will be private, no curtains, everything's going to have a wall and a door. We are having 10 dedicated behavioral health rooms, and then there's 3 dedicated urogynecological rooms as well. So we always want to make sure now in a new facility to have rooms that are specialized for that type of visit.
The full discussion is now airing on the NCM Community Channel and is available online using our Community On Demand library. On last week's newscast, Mark Ryan recapped the DPW's efforts to clean up the snowstorm that dropped nearly 20 inches of snow across the town. Earlier this week, we had the chance to talk to Joe Della Carpini, meteorologist at the National Weather Service and Norwood resident, about the science behind that storm and the ice storm that forced school closures last Friday.
So to kind of show what happened with the storm, it was relatively, fast moving. It started late Friday night and kind of wound down later in the day on Saturday. So, nearly a 24-hour storm, but pretty typical. This is just showing from kind of left to right the time frame. And this is about 10 o'clock in the morning. The storm is located well off Nantucket. By 1 o'clock, it hasn't moved much, but the central pressure is going down. These are in millibars, so we're about 975 millibars down to 972. By 4 p.m., it's heading into the Gulf of Maine, still holding about 972. And even by evening, it's in the Gulf of Maine, kind of sitting there. But by then, most of the snow was just about done, at least the heaviest snow. Now, we've probably heard the term bomb cyclone. It was kind of made pretty famous with the January 4th, 2018 blizzard, which was classified as a bomb cyclone. What we look for is a drop in pressure, and we use millibars instead of inches in weather. So the storm has to strengthen about 24 millibars in 24 hours. And in this case, the storm dropped 35 millibars in 24 hours, so it more than met the criteria to be known as a bomb cyclone. And what that really means, it just kind of helps us stratify some of the stronger and rapidly deepening storms from kind of our typical nor'easters that we see that move through. So this certainly was a sizable and strong blizzard for our area. Now, the reason we had heavy snow, we can get a little sciencey here. We kind of look up in the atmosphere at where the snowflakes are being produced, not near the ground, but up a little bit. And in this case, we go up near about 10,000 feet. And this is where the snowflakes were being formed. And there's a large area of where we see lift, and you can see it in this purple contour here. This is kind of an area where we have a strong temperature difference. at 10,000 feet, and also what's called strong convergence. So if you can kind of make out these wind flags, they're blowing from the south and southeast here over the ocean, and over the coast and here in eastern Massachusetts, more out of the north and northeast. So these winds are converging in an area where we have a strong temperature contrast, so warm air coming in off the ocean and cold Arctic air over the region. That produces strong lift, and it also coincides with an area where we're producing big snowflakes. So when we get these large snowflakes, almost look like $half size, they can pile up very quickly, and that's exactly what happened. So from 10 o'clock in the morning, we started getting under this strong lift. About 1 o'clock, we were kind of under the strongest lift for the day, but even by 4 o'clock, it was still kind of hanging around before moving offshore. So we had a good 6-hour period of strong lift and big snowflake growth, and those two combined to produce really high snowfall totals across the area, and that's exactly what happened.
To find the full presentation, watch the NCM Community Channel or check it out on the NCM social pages. Every year, we can look forward to the Winter Concert Series. These concerts are free to the public and are every Sunday in February from 2 to 4 p.m. These concerts will be rocking out in the NHS Auditorium, so masks are required for all who plan to attend. There are 3 more concerts happening this month, so be sure to not miss out. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.